Hello. Okay, so my name is my name is Anxo. I'm here to talk about hooks today. Actually, about multi-step intents. But before we do that, I want to explain what is an intent. And I will do it so with an example. I need to paint the wall of my house, right? So one potential solution is to ask this guy, Valentino Morris, which for now on, we will call him VM. Valentino is not very smart. So what I will do is give him detailed instructions on how to paint the wall. So you have to hold the brush up and down, apply 2 layers of paint, and then use the tape to not make a mess. So the problem is solved. Is it? When I arrive home, I find the VM make this mess. What do we do in reality? We normally call professional painters. So this is a good option because, of course, VM, this Valentino is stupid, but also I'm not the brightest, right? So if I had to tell to follow my instructions, because I'm not a professional painter myself, it won't take him very far. The painter, however, will have years of experience doing the job. And they can perform optimizations, like get cheaper paint deals, like, for example, doing bulk treaties, and then get more professional equipment, like paint guns. And they will be faster and cheaper options, especially if we let a collection of painters, a collection of workers to complete the job. Let's call this collection of workers from now on CoW. The painter can screw us. Somebody can say, like, you pay them to paint a wall, you give them some money, and then they screw you. For example, they could do half of the work and never finish the rest. They can use less layers of paint or low quality paint. But this doesn't happen in reality because the painter is a professional and his incentive is to deliver a good service. So we can call them again and recommend this professional to our friends. What if the problem is not painting a wall, but it's something that is 10 times harder, or 100 times harder, or even 10,000 times harder? This is what in reality happens when we try to settle orders on-chain. And this is due to fragmentation of the liquidity. It's harder and harder to find optimal solution. And this is even harder now that we have over 1,000 sidechain like L2s out there. So nobody can solve this problem on its own. So this is our choice. We can send the paint instructions to the VM, to Valentino, and get terrible results, or send a paint job to this collection of workers that would find the optimal execution. If I didn't hint it enough, this is exactly what we do in CoW Swap or CoW Protocol, where we send an order transaction. So we don't send an order transaction to the VM with detailed instruction of how to get the liquidity or execute this trade, but we send it to a collection of workers, which we call solvers. And these solvers have the incentive to do this optimal execution and can give all these nice features that users of CoW Swap can benefit from, like MAB protection, gasless trades, surplus generating orders, optimal paths, and the better of all that we can adapt to price changes, gas changes, and path changes. So we enter into the multi-intent orders. This is the life of a CoW order, the normal one. You need to validate the signature, and you transfer the sell tokens from the user into the settlement contract, execute there the interactions that acquire these buy tokens that the trader needs, and then send them by the buy tokens. So hooks are just 2 extra steps that we added into this process, and you can execute arbitrary cold data before your order and after your order. And this is done inside a special contract called the trampoline that would protect it will execute the hook in the context of this contract instead of the settlement for security reasons. So basically, you can do any DeFi interaction before any CoW Swap trade or after your CoW Swap trade. And this is how it gets done. When you send a normal order, there's one field called app data that points to a document, a JSON document, with the hooks. And the hooks is just an array of this triplet of the target contract you want to invoke, the cold data that encodes the function and the parameters you want to call, and then the gas limit, that is how much gas you're willing to pay. And remember, we are gasless, therefore this gas won't be paid in Ether or native tokens. You will pay it in cell tokens only if you trade. So we are very happy because we are releasing something really new. These hooks, it was no new, but now we can allow third parties to create hook dApps that are small UIs that people can inject in CoW Swap itself. And this is what I'm going to show. So if you go today to CoW Swap, you'll find this setting to enable hooks. And here you can find this button to add a pre-hook and this button to add a post-hook. These are the hook tabs that third parties can make, or hackers from this hackathon could be making. And remember, since a hook is an interaction with any DeFi protocol, we could you could be adding some execution you want to do with any protocol before or after. Here we have an example of withdrawing liquidity from our CoW. The only thing I have in my wallet are LP tokens, right? And here, the developer of this CoW hook app made this interface. So this is really an iframe running inside CoW Swap, and there's like a thin library for the communication between the dApp that lives inside and the CoW Swap itself. And the responsibility of this dApp is to create a call to pass the hook that at the end of the day is this call data encoding the function we want to call on chain. Here in the interface we can select how much we want to withdraw from this AMM. In this case I'm going to withdraw 50%, which will give me 136 CoW and 0.2 GNO. So what I'm doing right now is, basically the hook app has access to the wallet, so they can sign transactions. So this is what I'm doing. I'm signing, not a transaction, sorry, a message. This is a message I'm signing. So for right now, we haven't done any call to any blockchain. We are just signing messages. CoW Swap will, like the dApp has passed the hook information to CoW Swap, so they can we can simulate the execution on chain of this and calculate the tokens that will be withdrawn. These tokens are right now credited here, so they will be part of your balance. So even if you don't have any balance, because we are gasless, you could do the interaction that gives you the balance, and then you can do the trade. So right now I'm adding a post hook that will create a Llama Pay vesting contract. I'm just going to create a new mnemonic here and send it to this address that I just generated. Sorry, not this one. So what this post hook allows is to send a stream of money. Which money? The output tokens of the swap. So right now I'll put 3 minutes. I'm sending this GNO. Again, I'm not sending a transaction, I'm sending a message that will be also simulated internally. And I'm ready to post this swap. Still, I haven't placed any transaction, but I just placed a meta transaction that the solver will be trying to solve. If we look in the Explorer, we can see all these hooks here. And this is what you really need to do. And there's a lot of tutorials. At the end of the presentation, you can see the tutorials and all the resources. Because we made this easy for you. If you want to, well, this order was executed, and I'm supposed to have these tokens already in the new wallet. So I could actually import this wallet here. And I can remember, this is a fresh account. I'm using the fresh account. I don't have any tokens. And what I could be doing is claiming in a gasless fashion without any native token, any Ether, any XI, anything, the vesting amount. You can see it. You can see how the connected wallet, that this new wallet has these tokens, this GNO has been received, and now is vesting. I could claim it. Let me get the contract of this, sorry. That's an easy way to get the contract. And I can put it here. This adds the pre-hook, and look what happened here is that I can claim already this GNO. Like I can select it here, the GNO, as a sell token. Maybe I select the native token now, and this is one super cool way. Let me cancel this one and sign this other one. So I just posted another order that will give me native tokens on the vested GNO that I received from the other token without having any Ether. So this is the promise of a gasless experience and what we want to provide in CoW Swap. One more thing, these hooks, if you want to list your application there, you don't need to ask permissions. You just add your custom hook here. We have examples on a tutorial how to add it, but just add the URL here and it will be loaded. That's all I wanted to show. There's one more thing. These programmatic orders is the other product that gets you a prize in this hackathon. It's basically something that allows your smart contract to get kind of superpowers to create off-chain orders inside the CoW Swap. The only thing you need to do is to implement two functions. Really, is valid signature that will that needs to say, well, is the one that has arbitrary logic to say if your order is valid or not valid. So as long as you provide your custom logic there, then you can place your order. And then this other function that is get tradable orders that should revert if your contract doesn't want to trade, or should return the order that you want to add into CoW Swap. And there's this off-chain component called Watchtower that will be creating the order for you. So there's no infrastructure you need to deploy. Join these two things together and you have a loyal broker working for you 24/7, placing the order when the time is right. And this is not just theory, but we have swap orders working already in CoW Swap, and a lot of implementation of different smart orders. So the takeaways are, let me present again. So the takeaways are, same as we would delegate hard jobs to professionals, we should delegate execution to DEX. This brings power and protection to users and all the features people love about CoW Swap. Hooks allow us to extend intents, allowing you to do DeFi interactions before and after the trade. Make your own hooks by simply calculating the call data and attach it to your order. Extend CoW Swap with small pieces of UI, as I showed before. Programmatic orders will give you your smart contract the superpower to create off-chain orders at the right time. Thank you very much. We prepared some documentation for you. If you scan the QR, it will be better explained than. Thank you. I don't know if there's any questions. Yes.
Hello. Yeah. So in the post hooks, the settlement layer transfers the tokens to the hook, right? And then the hook trampoline calls it, correct?
The hook is called by the solvers. So because when you
at the contract level. So
at the
contract level,
yeah.
so the settlement layer transfers the funds to the hook, and the hook trampoline contract calls the hook, right?
Exactly. Yeah, basically you said it correctly.
Yeah. And what about the pre-hooks? Pre-hooks, so the token transfer gets transferred from the user's address to the pre-hook account, right?
Yeah, I really can't hear the question.
What happens, how does the fund transfer happens in the pre-hooks?
Yeah, so the pre-hooks, you have arbitrary logic. So technically you can, the simplest case you can think is, for example, an airdrop. If you have a permissionless airdrop and I can claim for you, I only need to encode the call to claim airdrop and pass your address. So because this call data will be called in the moment of settling this settlement by the solvers, then the transfer from the airdrop contract will flow to you. And then you can decide what to do with those tokens.